rehearsed round the corner at the People's Hall, and the Clash used to be upstairs. The youth upset very much. And
they thought it was you.
And we used to rehearse downstairs
with Motorhead. We shared a room with Motorhead.
That's right. Just around the corner from me.
Yeah, it was a squat basically, and there was that whole area was called Frestonia, Free People's Republic. They had their own passports, everything. Fantastic, totally us. Seeing all the singles in a row, playing them. For me, it's made me feel, wow, that's amazing legacy.
35 years.
Incredible legacy, and I'm really glad I'm in this band.
Yeah, me too. It's
know.
not a band, it's just a band. It's been my university. When I look at all the composers such as Beethoven, Mozart, and any other musical influence, no other composers have influenced me more than Paul, Geordie or you, to be perfectly honest, one way or another. And and then when you look at what the Gatherers have done, the Killing Joke wider community, I'm very, very, very proud of what we have.
Because what we do, we make the music and put it out, but it's the Gatherers, it's the people who appreciate it and buy it and actually make it what it is. You know, there's songs we're playing on the tour, we play pure, they're not necessarily singles, but they're tracks that the Gatherers absolutely have made their anthems, not because we said, here's your anthem. They've chosen that, and you know, that's why we do it, and there's certain songs we generally always do because of that. So, you know, they're as much part of that as we are, more in a way. We just, you know, do what we do. Feeling, especially young people, are kind of shell-shocked with the state of the world and the way things are going, and how we're systematically lied to by the people who represent us, and we're, you know, allowing a rape of a planet to occur before our very eyes.
Unless we move to a more sustainable way of living, we're gonna fall on our asses. We're gonna need a new planet in 10 years to rape with this concept, this mindset of growth that we have, and this has to change.
And I think also governments are just going to become less and less effective, less and less relevant. Look what's happened in Italy with that comedian taking 45% of the vote. That's going to happen, and again, that comes back down to a devolvement of central power to communities. Very much like the Republic in Spain, which actually was an anarchist government, and was very successful. You had gay marriages in Granada in the 1930s, you know, before Franco. Very open, very liberty basically is what we want, and the power of self-determination over our communities.
Food's going to be the biggest problem, and food production. If you consider like 1/300 of the planet is used for the total food production of the planet, and the bioorganisms that are being depleted that make up all life, unless we can turn this around, there isn't a great deal of future for the human race. And I don't believe one politician that gets in can change anything, because they're just inheriting an ancient system that that needs changing within itself. You know, we need a completely new mindset where we look at modes of human activity as either parasitic or non-parasitic. You know, everything's going to be divided into one or the other. Non-parasitic activity, good. Parasitic activity, not sustainable, bad. That's it. End of story. We need this kind of a green revolution, nothing less. When I think of songs like War Dance, I mean, you consider now we're so close to a nuke going up, closer than we ever were. Kissinger said this year that we're likely to see a nuclear war, a nuclear exchange between Israel and Iran. surprised in our lifetime that we see one of these things go off, God forbid. But that would provide a necessary shock like 9/11 did, where people would be so frightened by it that they would give up their remaining civil liberties, and we take the move that I believe people like Mr. Rockefeller want us to go in, which is an authoritarian model of globalism. But it's Gandhi's vision of a global family, and Schiller and Beethoven. We have to have a global family because we've got 26,000 nuclear warheads pointed in different directions at ourselves. And unless we have a global family, we're never going to be able to decommission effectively, are we? This morning, NASA released this statement saying that they've discovered there's many portals on the Earth's geomagnetic field that lead to other dimensions. NASA put a statement out this morning, which is very interesting to me because that's what my book is about, in a nutshell. It's about my studies and experiences in the earth sciences and a 30-year study in magic. It's nothing about rock and roll. It does cover things that we've experienced in Killing Joke, but it's less musical, and it's an occult study, of course.
When's your book of poetry?
I've just had a batch in actually from Bracket Press, who publish it. So I'm going to sell some on this tour, and then I think I'm going to do the same as Jazz in the summer and put it up on pledge.com with a vinyl album of solo folk music to go with it.
With the Cult Mission and yourselves, that tour that's supposed to be happening last year. There seemed to be a lot of confusion as to who was saying what.
Yeah, well, anyway, I don't use mobile phones or computers. That's the first thing. So a lot gets lost in terms of communication. Yeah, I don't really want to say anything negative about some of the other artists that we were meant to play with, but the idea of being like second support band and on a stage that we just headlined and sold out, it didn't sit well with me, to be perfectly honest, and it just kind of went that way. It's Big Paul's fault, actually. He put the idea in my head. He said, just wait till the end and we're time to go and fuck off.
Oh,
that's what he said.
Oh,
that's what he said to me. Paul said that. He said that months before.
All in all, it was a regrettable, unfortunate situation.
No, it's not. The Cult make abysmal cock rock. Oh, they're rubbish. I don't regret anything.
They do not.
Well, he says that because he just produced their last album. He would say that.
I've worked with them. They used to follow us around.
You see, there you go.
It just makes you look bad when you put bands
I don't care. I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't.
They charge $400 for their fans to go and have a meet and greet. I don't respect them.
Doing that.
No, I don't respect them anyway.
We were doing that.
We don't charge $400.
We were going to do a Metropolis.
And we blew that out when the management presented it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it.
They weren't doing that either. From my perspective, I found it really embarrassing. I've got great respect for the Cult.
I have zero respect for the Cult.
You know.
Zero.
How do you guys reconcile something like this? Because obviously
this is what it's like every day.
No, he's right. It's like this every day on everything.
Yeah. The thing is, we don't repress it. We just let it out. And that's bad. Actually, it might be difficult for everyone else, but it actually is bad. It's a chemistry. It's not an atom has changed since we all met.
It's always like that.
It'll never change.
Quite traumatic.
What is it like to lead a nomadic existence?
I do truly live a nomadic
I was going to say, how does it manifest itself?
Whatever I want, you can have, Jazz. Where do you want to go next, mate? Huh? What do you want? You can have it. That's it. And I live out of a bag, and I've done that since 2007 now. I've lived out of a bag. And I stay somewhere for 3 weeks and then I move on.
Making music and being an artist as your life does require enormous sacrifice, personal levels. And jazz doesn't go on about it, but the sacrifices jazz has made to be able to be an artist, to be here now, that we've all made, are untold. They are absolutely immense, far more than most people would ever be expected to put themselves through. And, you know, that's part of that sacrifice and that devotional nature of how we approach what we do as artists and with music is what makes us who we are.
See, we're telling our secrets now, because the best way to write great music is to forget all about music, make your life colourful, fulfill a lot of your dreams, fall in love, whatever your thing is, go to a new landscape. And if you do that and you feed your soul, the music just comes out of you. There's no analysis, there's no, oh, we've got to write a song now. It's none of that, it just pours out of you. You're just going to feed it by your checklist of all the things you've always wanted to do. Another one, tick, 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 tick. And, you know, like this. Yeah, it's funny, I was in the Western Sahara and this hippie came up to me and said, they're all looking for you, man. Yeah. So it was quite a moment. But,
no, life's too short to be shy. So reach out and grab it.
I've reviewed all my sort of views on monogamy and this kind of thing. I think it's, and I started reading Reich's his big work on drawing a correlation between sexual repression and fascism, which there is a massive connection. And so,
and Young, who said that if you repress your sexual needs, the consequences are far worse than if you repress anger.
So to cut a long story short, we don't.
Still working on that one. I'm really grateful for Killing Joe that I'm in the band and we have what we got, and I appreciate all the stuff that used to really bug me, you know, and stress me out. Now I find it one of the best parts. So I think I've learned through the University of Killing Joke and the fire of that to just, you know, enjoy the moment more and, you know, be grateful for it, which sounds a bit corny, but it's true.